Create and use tree diagrams. Pause the video and have a go at example 5 and example 6. Now, in general, when we're working with tree diagrams, we multiply the probabilities when we follow along the branches. I'll explain what that means in example 5. The probability that Neil wins a game of chance is 2/5. He plays 2 games. Complete the tree diagram below. So the first game here, you start here, and this here represents the first game. You either win the game or you don't win, no win. The outcome, what happens, goes at the end of the branch, okay? And then the probability goes on the branch itself, okay? So the outcome at the end and the probability goes on the branch. So the chances of winning is 2/5, so we put 2/5 on the branch. Then not winning would be 3/5, so it goes there on the branch. Now, after the first game, let's say we win, there's 2 possible outcomes in the second game. Here we've got the second game, we can win it or we can lose it. So we've got a branch for the win and not winning in the second game. The probability is still 2/5 for winning. They're independent. What happens in the first game doesn't affect the second. So that means the probability of losing will be still 3/5. Now, we've got these 2 branches separate for game 2 because the other scenario is that we don't win game 1, so that we follow this path instead. So if we've no win in the first game, then we win the second game or we lose the second game. And these probabilities would still be 2/5 for winning a game and 3/5 for losing the game. So we have the probabilities, remember, on the lines. The outcome are at the end of the lines. You don't have to fill this bit in here, but this will show you what is happening. The probability of win-win is this path here. Win in the first game, win in the second game. So that is 2/5 times 2/5. Which gives you 4/25 when you multiply the numerators and the denominators. Okay, the second option is you win the first game, but then you lose the second game. So that would be the probability of winning, and then losing or not winning, put a line on top of the W to indicate not winning. Win the first game, chances are 2/5. That's this one. And then lose or no win the second game, that will be 3/5. And we multiply the probabilities. 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 times 5 is 25. Third option is that we don't win the first game and win the second game. So no win and win. Probability of no win and win. No win is 3/5, win is 2/5. That also gives 6/25. And finally, your final option is that you lose both games. So no win, no win. Probability of, I was going to write L there, which would be fine, but a line on top of W means no win. And that would be 3/5 times 3/5. That gives 9/25. If I've done that correctly, these are the 4 possible outcomes. There's no other possible outcomes. So these 4 outcomes should add up to give 1 whole. And they do. They give 25/25. Before moving on, just notice to put a multiply sign there. And it should be equals. Okay, so the question should be easy because we've actually got all the answers here. Find the probability that he wins both games. So that's this one here. I could write out that method again down here, but I'll just write the answer. It will be 4/25. And then what's the probability that he loses both games? probability that loses both, that's not win, or no win, no win. So that's this one here, which is 9/25. That would not be an acceptable way to write your answer. You should have the full method like that when you're writing your answers. Do not just go straight to the final answer. Melanie is a sixth form student who has 2 classes with homework due on a Tuesday. The probability that she has her maths homework is 2/5. The probability that she has her English homework is 7/10. Draw a probability tree diagram in the space below. So the first event is if she has her maths homework or not. So chances that she has a maths homework will be 2/5. We put the probability there on that line, which means the chances that she doesn't have maths homework would be the remaining 3/5. If she has her maths homework done, doesn't really matter if she has or not, the probability that she's going to have her English homework done is going to be 7/10. So has her homework, and this one is no homework. If she does her maths homework, what's the chance that she doesn't do English? 3/10. Doesn't matter if she does her maths or not. Let's go to the second option. Let's say there's no maths homework. It doesn't affect the chances for English, so it's still going to be 7/10 for having her homework done, and 3/10 for no homework. Now, like the last one, you can put all the outcomes: homework done, maths homework done, English homework done, maths homework and no English, no maths and English, no maths or no English, and no English, should say. Or we can write them down here instead this time. Use your diagram to find the probability of no homework. So that no homework done is going to be that last option. So probability of no homework for the maths multiplied by probability of no homework for the English. Now, for space sake, I'm just going to go across the page here, and we'll call this one A, just so you can see what I'm doing. So chances of no maths homework, that's 3/5, and then no English homework, that's 3/10. So 3/5 times 3/10, multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators. Okay, part B is to find the probability that both homeworks have been done. The probability of homework for maths, we multiply that by the probability of homework for English. That gives the chances of maths homework being done 2/5, English homework 7/10. So this one here, 2/5 times 7/10. That gives 14/50. That one can be simplified to 7/25. Your last question is the probability one of them has homework. So you could have your maths homework done, but not your English. Or you could have your English homework done, but not your maths. So there's sort of 2 ways to look at this. It's a probability that you've got the maths, but you've got no English. The other option is that you've got no maths, but you've got the English. So this one here, maths and no English, that's maths and no English, 2/5 times 3/10. That would be 6/50. The other scenario that gives you one homework is no maths, but you have your English. So no maths and English. 3/5 times 7/10. And that probability would be 21 out of 50. Now what do you do with these two options? Because there's two options, you add the probabilities. For example, if you go back to a dice, if you roll a dice, what's the chances of getting a 1 or a 2? You would add the chances of getting a 1 to the chances of getting a 2, 1/6 and 1/6 to get 2/6. So here we've got two options, two possible scenarios that meet the criteria. So we add those two probabilities together. And 6/50 plus 21/50 gives us 27/50. You notice I didn't simplify here, and that's because it made it easier to add the fractions later on. So don't be rushing to simplify, just simplify at the end if you can do.